o'clock, the meeting will be called to order. First order of business, I make a motion that we turn the heading of the meeting over to John Gapper. Second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, the agenda, we do have a quorum. Approval of the minutes from January 21st, 2013. I'd like to have a motion to either approve them or read them.
There is a correction to them, to the minutes. Under the board meetings, we had scheduled to have 2 meetings, one in February and one in March. We did not. So I make a motion that we approve the minutes with those corrections.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
There was a change to the votes, the number of the votes.
That was the members' meeting, not this
Okay.
meeting. Okay. No other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report, all AR is current as of the end of February, I'm sorry, the end of March. The March financials will be out before the 10th of the month, so we don't have those as of yet, nor would waste as it's only the 1st. That is about it. Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye. He's running.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna kick you. Was there any discussion on the treasurer's report?
Yeah, I had a question about the pool maintenance, the 15,900 something that was in pool maintenance. Is it correct? That's the way we want to put it, or should it go to improvements or?
We don't have a budget item for improvements. It is a pool item, basically.
It said it was under what?
Pool and, I don't know the budget was not. I got one from the past year here. Let's see. There's not that many categories on the budget. We have pool and laundry grass, pool maintenance, and that's where it was in
Under pool maintenance. It's under pool maintenance.
I know, is it correct? Or because next year when we do the budget, we'll have like 20,000 on the pool maintenance.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't bother me, okay, because I know what it was for. When we start setting up the budget, or your board sets up the budget, they all are familiar with where that sum of money went to. So I don't think it'll cause a problem.
Tom, the financial report are not for you, are for everybody, including people looking to buy
Only
something.
the ones that request it.
Pardon?
If you request a financial statement, yes, you can have a financial statement.
I understand, but they will not understand why we have 20,000 more 1 year than the
I
next.
just explained that. If the people have a question on it, they're more than welcome to ask, okay? Okay, thank you.
Why don't do the report in the right way from the beginning?
We're gonna go on to the next item, community council.
Sorry, I am an accountant.
Wait just a
I am
minute.
an accountant.
You're out of order. It's not on the agenda, okay? To discuss what the pool maintenance and things like that went to, okay? So you're out of order, sorry. Community council update. Well, first of all, I'd like to say one thing, okay? They asked me to chair the meeting, and I will chair the meeting according to Robert's Rules of Order, okay? A lot of people won't like it, and they may not like me what I do, but that is the way you're supposed to run a meeting. This is just like a big corporation, is the way I treat it, okay? If you have questions, and if you have some questions we can't answer for you, then you're gonna have to submit something before the next meeting to get those answers from us.
And that is,
If you answer.
if we ask for something to be put on the next meeting, well, it doesn't mean that it's going to be put on the
That
next
is
meeting.
correct, that is correct.
So what for are we going to ask for
There's
something?
procedures that you have to follow to do that.
Which are the procedures? Because I asked
We'll
last
have
time,
to take that up under consideration, right?
I asked last time, and I was told, I'm
Well,
sorry,
just a
I'm
minute, you're
talking.
not-
Community
Yeah.
council.
I'm
update.
talking.
The lady is talking,
I'm
answer.
talking. I'm
Be a
talking.
gentleman.
We
You
asked
are,
the question,
I'm being
you're
a
not
gentleman. I
answering
just
the
got done
question.
explaining to you, we've got a meeting going here, we're not talking
You
about.
have a
Yeah, but
lady.
You're not answering the question. The man asked the question, and you're not.
I don't have to
Everybody
answer the
calm
question.
down, calm down.
Then why have a meeting if you can't
Take a
answer the
deep
question?
breath, let's
What's the
stop.
point?
What do we
What's the
need you?
point to have a
This is
meeting?
a board of directors meeting, it is not a membership meeting. You are allowed to speak on the agenda items, there is no items on here discussing the pool maintenance.
Guys, Tom is correct on this one. He's doing it the right way. If we have a problem, or anybody has a problem, should send a letter, 30 days they have to answer you in writing. That's correct on this point, so, Tom, please go on.
Thank
Can I
you.
ask a question?
Sorry,
Is this?
is it, what's in regards to?
Yes, it is regards to, all this stuff that we're discussing now, is it put in the minutes right now?
Sure. What?
Okay.
No, it's
In
not
other
in
words,
the minutes.
it's,
You only put them in the minutes, you only put in the minutes of what motions and things that you're approving. That's what you put in your minutes. You don't write a book when it comes to minutes.
so another thing, anything, time we discuss anything here, it's not put in the minutes. Only the things that you say go in the minutes. That's what it sounds to me.
You already done? Thank you. Community council update, mailboxes.
Mailbox has been put up, as we discussed at the January meeting. It is up by the magazine rack. Anybody that has any outgoing mail, they're welcome to put it in there. The US Post Office has the lock on it, and they will be picking it up on a daily basis. Irrigation proposal on Garden Drive. The,
Excuse me a minute, is that riveted down somehow?
yeah, it's in the ground. It can't be. There's a big
Can't-
post, it's.
can't walk
cemented
away
down.
with
No,
it.
you can't, no.
Please hold your questions until she's done speaking, please.
Aye, sir.
The irrigation proposal on Garden Drive, our landscaping group gave a proposal to the community council, a bid for $4,321.58 for updating the irrigation, to which the council decided against going forward with at this time, mainly because it's not budgeted. We'll just take care of the items that are, that need to be taken care of for the remainder of this year. And the canal pump, oh, yeah, go ahead.
I attended that meeting because Timber was out of town, and what they were looking at is, they were having problems with some of the heads on the street, and the company came in and quoted them a price to redo the whole thing, not to fix the problem. So the board tabled everything that was going on and said we will look to just get the stuff fixed, and that's it.
In fact, the two sprinkler heads that have been leaping out onto Garden Drive, they are going to be fixed. I think the cost for that was less than $500, or just those two. So that will be taken care of. Canal pump filters. Our canal that we use for watering our grasses and the entire gardens and for filling the ponds on the other side, from time to time, they have to change the filters out. We haven't done ours in several years. They haven't needed it. Our irrigation guys are telling us that they are starting to get the little white, what do you call those things? Zebra mussels. So they will need to be done. I believe that work is going to be done this week. Elmwood, Fernwood, and Dogwood on this side, and then the algae on Aspen and Buttonwood, they've got a company coming out to take care of that as well. That leads into the old business of ratifying the proposed community council document amendments. What that is back in January we discussed at that meeting, and you all got the scheduled amendments, some changes to the wording in there, which really didn't do a whole lot other than change some words.
Just clarify.
Clarified housekeeping. And in order for the council to approve it, each association has to go and have their association approve it as well. So what I need is a motion to approve the amendments.
I can do it.
Okay?
I make a motion that we ratify the proposed community council document amendments as discussed at the January 21st, 2013 meeting.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The new business? Demo official mailing address for association?
Yeah, in the past, we've sent out a letter saying that the address for any official communication for the association was Shadow Lakes. And the letter was sent out to all unit owners, but at that time, it was not clarified. And we were asked to clarify that the address for the official association communications will be Shadow Lakes Management Company by U.S. Postal Service only. No faxes, emails will be accepted as they get lost and have been lost. And the only exception for that will be emergency maintenance and work orders.
a second. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ratify Fernwood Circle website. Kenny?
Okay, I've done that one. It's a motion to ratify and confirm the Fernwood Circle website and reimburse the startup costs of $168.29 to volunteer Jack Peterson, which includes the transfer of the domain name to the Garden 106 Incorporated, registration, and 4 months prepaid web hosting by Magritech. That's the motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any
Can I
discussion? Any discussion?
It's regarding this website, because I received an email on March the 4th that a website was created by a Fernwood volunteer to highlight the good and positive things going on in our community. It doesn't say anything about money, about cost, about anything.
It's
Now,
paid volunteer.
I want to say that this circle is the only circle in all of them that we have a retainer lawyer, which cost us last year $4,029. We are the only circle in this, all 6, that we have a phone for the president that costs us $1,000 a year. And now we will have to pay $500 or more a year for a website.
The only one with website.
So I'm surprised that why do we need all these extras when nobody else does it? And we have to pay for it. So why, our monthly fees are more expensive than anyone else, but if you see the gardens are not the best. So where and why are we paying all these extras for lawyers? Maybe the other ones don't need it. For a phone, the other ones don't need it. Or for a website, the other ones don't need it.
Thank you. Are you done?
I am.
Thank you for your consideration. We'll take it under advisement.
Can we ask a question, sir?
Absolutely.
Was part of your question asking why we have a lawyer?
Retainer.
Is it
A
association?
retainer lawyer, yes. Why do we have a
The
retainer
only
lawyer?
circle.
That
Just-
cost
just
us
one.
last year
Just
like
one.
$4,000.
Okay. That, I just wanted to understand the question, thank you.
Okay, ratify Fernwood Circle website. Kenny? Louis did that, sorry. We made a motion, we got a second, no more, any more other discussion?
Yes, Tom, yeah. I'm against this website, costs us money and is not needed.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Call for a vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Well, I don't want to pay for something that I don't feel that it's necessary. I'm sorry.
Okay, refurbish the association governing documents, Dick.
Oh, before.
Go ahead, you want me to make the motion?
No, not until after. You guys basically know that our attorney had recommended that since the vote had gone the way that the vote had gone, that in order, to correct over 35 years of doing things incorrectly, we need to republish. And to republish, it's a very simple process, and in her words, at a duly called meeting of the board at which a quorum of the directors is present, a motion would be made, seconded, adopted to republish the association's governing documents, specifically including section 5.2 of the declaration, and to fully enforce from that point forward. Once the motion is adopted, the board would also set a date on which the enforcement would begin, and a notice would be sent out to every owner advising of the republication and intent to enforce. Because you must allow time for notice to reach the owners, the enforcement date is generally set for 14 to 30 days after the date of the board meeting at which the republication occurs. So we need a motion.
Can I ask?
I need to recuse myself.
Yes, yes, we do.
Can I ask?
We already have a motion.
Do I have a motion on that, please?
Yes. I make a motion to approve the republication of the association's governing documents, section 5.2 of the Declaration of Condominiums, and to enforce the section from this point forward.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, When are the pavers going to be removed, carpets and whatever?
I think that's what they just said in that, when she explained that to you.
Well-
They have 30, what was it?
14 to 30 days.
14 to 30 days.
After the date of the board meeting in which the republication occurs. Once that is done, then a letter will be, yeah, a letter will be sent to all unit owners. Yeah, the attorney will do that. That's correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? No other further questions? All in
There's a
favor?
question.
Question here for this gentleman.
I don't have a question, but I'd like to make a statement. I'm in favor of the website, particularly because a publication has been made out. Every time a notification has been made, somebody has to deliver. Where the website, even for winter visitors who are not residents here during the year round, they can find out what's going on here at our unit through the website quickly, instead of mailing out things to them. So I'm in favor of the
Here.
website.
Thank you. Okay, we're calling for a vote.
What does it cost?
All in favor?
I don't know, how much will the website cost?
It's $30.
$30 a month.
What I said.
Can I ask something? Can I ask something?
Yeah, hold 1 second, please. Okay, what we're gonna do is, we're all done with the business. I'm gonna open it up for open discussion, but I'm gonna give you just each person 2 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes is
3
minimum
minutes.
time.
3 minutes, that's fine with me, okay? So now we'll open it up to open discussion.
I'm gonna start.
And there will be, first of all, there will be no arguing back and forth. You ask the question, you make a statement, but you're not going to debate up here with the commission, the board of directors.
And I'm just gonna start real quick by telling you that you probably don't realize, but because of the water shortage, and we're down to watering once a week, that also means you can only water your car on our day, which is Wednesday. So if you were watering, I know a few people were watering on days that were not Wednesday.
Wash, Mark.
I said wash.
Water.
Sorry.
That's gonna grow.
That's gonna grow. But you can only wash your car on our watering days.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
I noticed we had,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just Wednesday. I know several people were doing it, that's what made me think to write it down and we'll
And
tell
believe
everybody.
me, the water police will be around. They got my young daughter, who has a house, this happened a year or two ago when we had that drought. They actually arrested her. And she was out of town at the time, her sprinklers was out of back, and they went on, she tried to explain to the guy, they actually came out and arrested her. All right, we're ready now? Go ahead, I think he was first.
Okay, I'll make a few points. 1 point, fix the grass in front of my building. Second point, when are you going to clean the entrance ways? And it's common property, so you have to clean it. 3, I noticed that you had some meetings, private meeting, legal meetings. You didn't publish a notice.
Didn't have to, it wasn't formed. Sorry.
I don't know. Your phone, we talked about it, too expensive, get rid of it.
Can we change it for another one that is
Hold on.
cheaper?
Sure, you don't have the floor.
I can. Tom, do something.
Sorry.
I did, I just told her.
Yeah, sorry.
I have 2 more points. I noticed that there is selective enforcement here. Please watch it and make sure everybody is being enforced the same, especially my car. Get over it. Yeah, we're good. Next.
Next. Jimmy?
No, I stand here amazed at the conversation that we're having in this room this afternoon. It's very intriguing to listen to what people have to say. And under Robert Rules of Orders, everyone has the right to speak, but you do it in an orderly manner. You call upon, normally it's a sign-up sheet when you come in, you do it orderly, and you do it with the intensity of getting your point across. So as adults, this hollering and this bickering needs to cease. And we need to conduct meetings in such a way that everyone is allowed to speak, they're allowed to express their opinion. That's your rights according to the Constitution. You have the right to speak. But at the same time, you don't have to holler and shout and scream. I've been here for 16 years, and we've never encountered this situation, not to my knowledge. So I ask you to please be orderly. Everyone has has to listen. You gotta listen to it, regardless whether you're for it or against it. You have to be a good listener. So I encourage you to be very attentive, to be an adult, to be mature, and proceed in the orderly manner. Thank you.
Does that go with my wife too? She always says I never listen to her.
You're putting down for your life.
Anybody else?
Yes.
I just want to ask about the community mailbox. I haven't been out there, but is this a specific time of the day that they pick up the mail?
I'm not really sure, I don't even think
So just
Paul
when-
is the one that picks it up. I
Paul's
think-
the one that
is he?
picks it up.
Is he? Okay.
Oh, so just when he's here?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I also have a question about the mailbox. Was it put in by the postal service?
We paid for, the community paid for it,
Okay.
and the postal service has issued the lock.
And, well, my issue is that they have a rim, a metal rim around the slot, and it's sharp.
Very sharp.
I noticed that, I did notice that.
There was a
So-
comment brought up and they're gonna see what they can do about it.
Yeah, okay, because I didn't know if we had, if the,
No, the post office is not responsible for your mailbox. You have to take care of it. I do know that.
Okay, I'm still gonna go back to them, because we bought it from the post office.
Yeah.
And the other thing to that is, people have been complaining about their bills and stuff going missing from right outside of their mailboxes. That was why they decided to go do that.
Well,
Go ahead.
as I said before, since we're spending so much money, is it possible to change that phone to a cheaper one?
No, that's my phone.
But we're paying for it.
Yes, you are, because I got tired of using my phone for association business.
Like
And that's
$40
fine, but
difference.
there are some for less money, which is saying,
At that meeting, it was asked, and I volunteered and said, I will carry 2 phones, I don't have a problem with that. And the consensus of everybody that was out here and the board was, no, we don't want you to have to do that. So therefore, I have this phone.
Can we change it now because it's really expensive?
We are
Not
spending
today.
$50 more for nothing.
It's only expensive if you look at the 3 months a year of the bill when everybody's here. The rest of the year, it's $25 or $30 a month.
So it's not going to be $70?
How
Of
many
course
plants-
not.
Every month, no.
How many plants you can buy with this money?
Excuse me?
How many plans?
Plants.
Anybody else got any questions? Ma'am? Sir?
I have a question. Is it compulsory we use the mailbox, or can we still stick it outside our
Oh,
apartment?
you can still stick it outside.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
sure.
Just one point here. Thank you.
Any other questions?
One, can we put mulch in front of our building without any problems?
Walls.
Mulch.
Oh, mulch.
Really?
I'm sorry, I must be having trouble hearing today.
No, it's always
Mulch. Yeah,
I don't know.
no, you can put it up, just like you always
Well,
have.
according to the Bible, we're reading today, that actually it's not our responsibility. We would.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
like to do it.
If you want to continue to do that, then sure.
is
It's
there,
strictly up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
is there a restriction on the color of it?
Right.
Or,
Well, there's only a couple colors.
They all should be uniform, I
Yeah.
think.
The red has been typical that everybody's always used over the years.
It's only $1 a bag right now, Lowe's.
because
She still has a floor, she still has a floor.
I just had noticed that mine, and it hasn't been done in a couple of years, wasn't red, so that was mine.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah. But everybody seems to like that color better than having the brown out there.
Question, can I put stones in front of my building instead of mulch? It
Stones
holds
like-
longer.
Like,
White stones and stuff?
Yeah.
You talk about the little white
The little ones, yes.
I don't see any reason why not.
I don't know I think we better look back at the initial way things were set up,
I think it's.
make sure we don't make a mistake.
Yeah, I think you've made a mistake by, and I know it's nice doing it, you're doing your own mulch and stuff like that, but if you let people start planting stuff outside, it could turn into a real
I'm all for,
It's all different.
The first
uniformity.
Yes.
the board would get a dump truck load and
Right.
distribute it all the way around everybody.
Cypress mulch.
could that not be done?
Just a minute,
Yeah,
just a
no.
minute. Dan has the floor.
Yeah, we were permitted to put stones out. When I first got here, a lot of them had stones in them.
But see, that's the
Like
same
most
thing,
of them had
it's the
stones.
same thing with the carpeting and stuff. When you first came here.
There's only one that had carpeting, and that was the model one.
Yeah, and then it started year after year after
That's
year.
right.
I found that out from Sumner, and that's how this whole thing got screwed up.
Can the board decide on something that would be uniform, that we can put outside, so it will look half
Nice,
decent?
yeah.
I'd say cypress mulch.
Yeah, good idea.
And maybe do the mulch the way Ron was saying, buy a lot and that everybody help.
We had a problem with that, we brought that up to the people about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and the majority of the people said no, they didn't wanna spend the money to put mulch down. So they were told if they wanted to put it down themselves, go ahead.
Okay, we cannot do that anymore, it has to look uniform, so the board should decide what to do.
Well, I think what the board can do is they'll bring it up at the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I have a comment. Moshe mentioned cleaning out the walkways. I would think that the residents would have the initiative enough to keep the walkways clean and do it yourself. Why should we have to pay somebody to come in and clean up what you were walking through and causing?
Asking me is, it's the outside, I don't want nothing to do with the outside, otherwise I'm going to move in our house.
Okay.
Can I ask, what about the lands, which are really, some of them are in the entryway, we are really dirty. I saw in another circle that they put some screen, so the bugs will not go in.
On the bottom
Oh,
corner.
you're talking about like yellow lamps and stuff?
Which is very difficult to clean. I did it, but it's
Well,
very
the only problem that I've always had with using the bug lights, they call them, they're yellow or whatever, is it doesn't give you the light that you probably need for that stairway.
Yes, you're right.
You mean the big
The
square
big
one?
one, and it's very difficult to clean, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
scared.
clean ours too.
Ours has even a hole, so I clean it, but I
Yeah,
was.
Brian
But
came and cleaned those.
Yeah.
Don't they come and, don't
We
they?
come and clean them.
These
Brian
guys
came
are
and
cleaning.
cleaned it about
Somebody
4
came
weeks
and,
ago.
yeah, they come and vacuum.
But in the summertime, you're gonna have to do it probably every week. I mean, the bad.
Okay, I'm not here.
All right, so one more question, then we're gonna adjourn the meeting.
So what will happen with the lamp? What are we going
We're
to
gonna,
do?
we'll keep them clean, the lights cleaned out for you.
Thank you.
He's saying it's the management.
Right.
Yeah,
That's their job to do that, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and we'll start, as it gets warmer, we'll start cleaning them more often.
Dan?
Does that also apply to the mud daubers we got in our halls?
The what?
Mud daubers,
Yes.
Brian is
they will be taken care of too?
Yes. Okay, I
Wait,
need a motion?
Wait a minute, there's one other thing, let me think for just a second. Oh, you guys need to look at your carports. I noticed the other day when I was walking around a little bit, and it didn't take long, and I've talked to Tom about this already, and we're gonna walk around and look at these. The bottom of the posts, they are rusting and getting, they're rotting away is what they're doing from the metal. It happened in your carport.
Ours, yeah,
A couple of them.
we did ours last year.
And they got repaired.
Cut
You notice that your
$350.
carport is starting to rot away. Talk with Tom. I mean, the carports are limited common elements, and he can give you a price on what it will cost to get those fixed. And,
Who made you
yeah,
say?
yeah, you,
I don't have a price on this.
well, I know, but you're gonna have to get them.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get them. I mean, I just noticed it this weekend, and I've
Who's the guy
seen,
that takes care of that for us?
Bob Johnson.
$350
$350
a piece, it cost us, yeah.
A
for two.
post.
A post.
The whole post, change the post.
It's
Yeah.
actually at the very bottom, and then he just replaced part of it, right? Or
No,
did
it
he-
took the whole
Yeah,
thing.
they replaced the whole
The
whole
whole
thing.
post. Yeah. Ron?
I noticed that one unit that you have for sale, their carport is destroyed.
It's all
Look
rusted.
underneath it, it's
Oh, yeah.
completely
Bob had cleaned all that out and lasted for a long time, but whatever he did.
Oh, the one
it's
next
back.
to the
Yes.
Next to us.
Yeah.
One we're not
Otherwise, you're
looking.
gonna end up.
Yeah,
Right, the one where no one's living.
and then I know, and actually, sorry, but yours and Janice's, your carports are the ones I noticed the other day at the bottom. Dan?
Another thing too, if they put those scuffers on, all the way down to the ground, why a lot of them are rotting out is because when it constantly, with the water pressure, it's,
Oh, you mean
we
like.
had them once before.
You
We
mean the
were told to have
drain
them all
things?
down to the, right down to the ground.
Gutters.
Gutters, yeah.
Okay.
But some of them that rotted didn't even have those drains on them, they were inside, the inside posts, it just rotted right at the bottom, no water near them,
yeah.
all metal. They replaced them with aluminum, I guess, and it lasts as long as we'll be here, I guess.
Oh, George.
It's usually the older units that were originally put in, they're all steel. And
Yeah.
the aluminum ones won't rust out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the ones we put in, so it was a lot later than that,
Right.
yeah.
One now, Tom, what other maintenance we have on these units out here? Because I noticed this heat pump is really getting pretty bad behind it. It needs blown out, cleaned out. Did you notice the Dick?
Yeah, we were gonna do it, but
That's aluminum.
we're not gonna do anything anymore.
That's aluminum, that will deteriorate, so they took $5,000 to replace it, because I was gonna eat that out, because.
What about the management company?
Well, our volunteers were doing that, but they're not gonna do that
Volunteers
anymore.
did it for years, and we saved this place a lot of money. And now all of a sudden, everybody is, no, you can't touch nothing, so we don't touch nothing.
But you can tell the management company to do it.
It'll have to come up before the next meeting.
Because that costs money. They don't do that for free, do you? No.
You don't do it for free, Tom? Oh.
You shouldn't.
No, I know.
Well, you preventive measure like the roof, basically.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
No, I can't say motion,
No.
I'm just asking for one.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Yep.
All right.
Okay.